Okay, well done to Liam Morley. 2 out of 2 once again there. The other classes you can find on our results later on. The screen has just gone blank. I was about to read them out to you, but we're getting ready to go Caterham racing once again because it's the Caterham Graduates Championship Sigmax and Sigma 135 categories. And these will start from a separate split grid like the Minis did. They had qualifying in the wet yesterday. The first group is the Sigmax division for the quicker cars. In pole position is number 28 of Harry Senior, alongside him 72 Glenn Burtonshaw. Second row, 25 Stephen Clark, a former superkart racer, alongside 24 Ben Winrow. The third row, 71 Adam Bettinson, alongside 117 Ollie Gibson. Fourth row, number 16 Simon Griffiths and 82 Matt Willoughby. Fifth row, number 9, Neil Sturgis, 33, Gareth Cordy. On the sixth row, 43, Nigel Smith, and number 119, which is Andrew Sagar. Then we've got on row 7, number 6, Stephen Arnold, and 91, Charlie Cahill. Peter Marsh, number 8, the club treasurer for the Caterham Graduates Racing Club, is on row 8 on his own. Then there's a gap, and starting with a 10-second delay, same as the Mini 7s did, we've got the Sigma 135 cars. Ford Sigma engines, 135 brake horsepower. Pole position for them, it is number 50, James McCall, alongside 62, the championship leader, David Reed. Behind them, 142 on row 11, Ian Fortescue, and 73, Dan Clayfan. Number 60, Alaric Barney on row 12, alongside 77, which is Robin Webb. Row 13, we've got 29, Alistair Curry, and number 68, that's Mr. Chairman, the chairman of the Caterham Graduates Racing Club, Mark Navarro. 14th row, 34, Neil Evans, and 95, Alistair Melton. 15th row, 90 of Andy Cooper, and 100, Stuart Hatzel. 16th row, number 12, which is Paul Gardner. 57, Simon White. And the final row of the grid, 13, Merton Wood, and 17, Michael Seagal. That's your grid then. We'll have the Caterhams coming out onto track fairly shortly. But before we get this race underway, Ian's been busy interviewing again. We'll hear from them down in the pits. Apologies, there's a slight problem with that interview. We're back down to Ian and Gary shortly down in the paddock if we can. Sorry about that, viewers. We're getting ready for the Caterham Graduates Racing Club. Once again, these are the Sigmax, which is one of the more powerful classes, and the Sigma 135, which is the less powerful cars. We'll try a second attempt at our interview with Ian and Gary down in the paddock. Take 2.
With the Caterham Graduates, I'm here with the fastest Ian I know. It's Ian Fortescue. Ian, how did qualifying go yesterday for you?
Remarkably well, the end result, but I don't know how I managed it because I spun 4 times. So
Tom, let's look out for some more later on, yeah?
So, yeah, I'm really pleased with the end result. Obviously trying a bit too hard, I think.
Well, we saw it at Mallory, but I know you've got a lot of pace in you.
Well, it's kind of you to say so. Last time out at Dalton I got a 3rd, which I was well pleased with, because it's quite a large grid there. Hopefully, you know, I can do the same today, but I don't want to tempt fate.
Yeah. We've spoken about the weather a lot. People probably get a little bit bored talking about it, but to drive one of these in the wet is so difficult, isn't it? You said yourself you spun 4 times yesterday. I mean, I probably wouldn't even make it out the pit lane, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
well, part of it is probably my fault. I think the setup was quite, well, not quite right. I've got an imbalance in the brake pad material. I was locking the fronts up rather a lot, so, you know, got no steering, and by the time I came off the brakes, it was too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's very hit and miss out there. There's lots of standing water, aquaplaning. The main thing was trying to avoid other people spinning and avoid it. You know, hopefully they would avoid avoid hitting you as well. You know.
Is it much
all back in one piece.
Is there much work to do changing it from sort of wet to dry for today, or is it just literally just change the tyres? Or
no, the tyres will be the same. Obviously, you need plenty of tread in the wet to try and get the water. Also, you know, these are better in the dry when you've got a bit of tread anyway.
Yeah.
Just the front anti-roll bars, you take these off.
Nice.
And the rear anti-roll bars, put a bit more pressure in the tyres so it pushes the water away.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Simple.
It's quite simple.
Lovely. Ian, thanks for chatting to us. Best of luck for the race. Thank you.
Cars on the grid then, ready for the green flag lap for the Caterham graduates Sigmax and Sigma 135, just getting assembled there by the marshals. 28 Harry Senior, who was a race winner in the opening race of the year at Alton Park, on pole in the grey and red car. Alongside him, number 72, that's Glenn Burtonshaw, been with the Caterham graduates for a number of years now. He's down in 8th in the points at the moment, looking to improve. The other winner on opening day at Alton Park was Ben Winrow. He's there in the red and yellow car. I've already seen Jamie Winrow in action today in the Sigma 150s. 25, Stephen Clark, a former superkart star in the blue and black car there. He's 5th in the points after the opener at Alton. While for the Sigma 135s, David Reed and James McCall did the winning at their first meeting of the year. McCall has out-qualified Reed. They're on the front row of the second group, and they will again start with a 10-second delay on the wave of the Union flag from the starter's gantry. Sigmax cars, the more powerful Ford Sigma engined machines. We've given you the grid, so it gives us a chance to look at the various sponsors and the charities that the Caterham Graduates Racing Club are competing in aid of this year. One of the main sponsors is Yokohama Tyres. No rain tyres needed today, thankfully. Ryan Motorsport Insurance, who do insurance not just for on-track, but for storage and transit of race cars as well. Run by Ryan Moan, a club racer himself. Downing IP. Michael Downing is one of the Sigmax drivers. I don't think he's out this weekend, though. He owns Downing Intellectual Property. Independent attorney specialising in patents, trademark and design protection. Also, Molsom and Associates. They are an opticians. The notes I've been given here says, have a look at his website, molsom.co.uk, and if you're struggling to read it, you probably need their services. Yeah, Andy Molsom, long-time Caterham racer, with his opticians business, sponsoring the series, and also Classic Carbon, provider of carbon parts for various Caterhams and other cars. That's the package around the Wilson hairpin on this green flag lap. It's warming up their Yokohama tyres. As for the charities that money is being raised for, one is Purple for Polio. Mark Treadwin, the man behind Purple for Polio, competes in Sigma 150, attempting to eradicate the disease of polio from the world. An attempt to declare the world polio free. Also, Sporting Bears. Rob Oldland, the man behind the Sporting Bears Motor Club, a group of classic sports car enthusiasts. They raise money for children's charities through social events, sports car rides, and even touring events, going on tour with their cars. They've raised over £2.5 million for children's charities in the UK. Rob Oldland is the man associated with Caterham's with them, and he is actually marshalling here at Snetterton this weekend, so fair play to him. Not racing this weekend, he's out in orange. It's a good fun club, the Caterham Graduates Racing Club. First is the philosophy they live by. First for Caterham Club Racing. First stands for fun, inclusive, respectful, safe, and cost-effective. It is great fun, as we've seen from the Sigma 150s already earlier this morning. Jamie Elwood taking the win there. An oil slick catching out a fair few drivers. Hopefully there'll be no repeats of that. There's our split grid. There's number 50. That's the pole sitting Sigma 135 car, the green car, James McCall, David Reed. And the rest of them come through. Ian Fortescue, Dan Clayfan, and the rest of them. Blue and orange car there, Alistair Melton. Right at the back, 89. That's Michael Seagal. Number 12, Paul Gardner. So we will see two races in one here. The Sigmax cars will pull away from the Sigma 135s quite substantially. So we come up to the grid then. This will be a 20-minute race. Harry Senior in pole position, the championship leader. Ben Winrow second in the points, fourth on the grid. Glenn Burtonshaw in the green car alongside him. Stephen Clark. Behind them, Adam Bettinson and Oliver Gibson in the red car. Fourth row, Simon Griffiths in whites and Matt Willoughby in red. Let's keep our eye on the Sigma 135. So it's going to be difficult to know where to look in this race. Is there a problem there for Harry Senior? One of the marshals talking to him. So the all clear has not been given at the moment. There may be a problem here with the poleman. Marshals are with him. Well, there seems to be some sort of issue at the moment. I'm not sure what's happened here. I think they've now got the all clear. Just a minor delay there. It's waiting for the green flag from the back of the grid. And away they go. Good start by Simon Griffiths in the white car through the middle there. So the Sigmax away. And then a 10-second delay before the Sigma 135s get underway. It is Harry Senior who has got the lead into the first corner. Ben Winrow trying to get round the outside in the red and yellow number 24 car. Simon Griffiths, quick start, putting him in the middle of the pack there. So they charge up towards Wilson Hairpin. Here comes the charge of the Sigma 135s. From their 10-second delay, the second race effectively gets underway. David Reed in the striped car there on the right. James McCall in green. We head round the first corner. Number 73 there. That is Dan Clayfan.
But you're going to be out there. That's the main
thing. They've all got round the first corner okay as well. They start to sort themselves out then. There's the leading pack in the Sigma 135s. David Reed's taken the lead around the outside, the championship leader after the first round at Alton Park. Here's the lead pack in the Sigmaxes. 82 Matt Willoughby there in the red car. Now, who's come out of all that with the lead? It is Harry Senior with a clear lead. Ben Winrow up into second place in the 24 and Stephen Clark in third. So Glenn Burtonshaw's gone down from second to fourth. He's got Oliver Gibson behind him in the 117. Then it is Simon Griffiths. And here's the charge of the second pack. It's Reed with the lead ahead of McCall. Out onto the back of the circuit they go, then out of the infield loop onto the Bentley straight. They're starting to spread out already. Spinner at Agostini, that's on through the number 100 of Stuart Hatzel, had a spin. He's rejoined. Here comes your leader, Harry Senior, leading the Sigmax category down into Brundle for the first time. Ben Winrow in yellow and red in second place. We'll see if we can get a replay of that spin from earlier on as the leaders head through towards the end of the lap. Yep, Stuart Hatzel just got a wheel onto the grass there on the outside, and round went the number 100, running in the 135 class, and rejoined at the back of the field. Leaders heading round to complete their opening lap then. It's Harry Senior in the clear from Ben Winrow. Rest of the pack fairly well bunched up behind him. Get ready to see some slipstreaming as they go down towards Riches for the second time. Senior leads by over 2 seconds ahead of Winrow. It's Clark in third place, side by side between Burton Shaw and Gibson. Next up then Griffiths. Gareth Cordy has gained 3 places on that first lap. He's up into 7th. Ollie Gibson round the outside of Glenn Burton Shaw. He takes 4th place away. Now here comes Griffiths in the number 16. Gets a wheel on the grass on the inside. Doesn't want to do any corner cutting there. Senior already starting to pull away. And they're all over each other behind. Simon Griffiths on the inside. Burton Shaw's lost another place in the 72 car. Whether he's got a problem, I'm not sure. Meantime, there's been a change of leader in the Sigma 135 class. Here they are. It's James McCall who has gone to the front there. They're running about 11 seconds down on the Sigmax pack ahead of them. McCall on the inside, Reed on the outside. In there in third, tucked in is 142 of Ian Fortescue. We heard from him earlier. Trying to take second place away, but the duel is on. Here comes David Reed on the inside at Palmer's. Can he take the lead here? Not quite. Holding on around the outside there, James McCall. So great battles in both classes already, and we're only on the second lap of the race. James McCall in the green, number 50, holds the lead as they file their way through. The overall leader coming down the Bentley straight, as off goes the number 60 there, Alaric Barney, running wide at Agostini. Very easy to do that. Well, Harry Senior, as I can tell you, is checked out at the front of the Sigmax pack. Here they are in a brundle. Ben Winrow in second place. It's Stephen Clark third. Then Ollie Gibson in fourth position. Fifth is Simon Griffiths in the number 16. Down to sixth is Burton Shaw. Then in seventh place, Gareth Cordy in the orange number 33. And eighth place, number 82 rather, of Matt Willoughby. So the first 8 have broken away. Next in the order, Adam Bettinson, number 71. And Neil Sturgis rounding out the top 10. Check on the leaders of the Sigma 135 class in a while. As the leader goes over the line, look at the lead that Harry Senior has got here. Well and truly in the clear ahead of Ben Winrow by 4.3 seconds. 2:11.56 is his fastest lap. That's 2 seconds quicker than anyone else that time through. Further back in the pack, there's the number 77. That is Robin Webb in the yellow car. Running down among the Sigma 135s in 9th place in that division. Over the line goes the lead battle in the Sigma 135 division. McCall and Reed. Reed's going to go around the outside. Retakes the lead. Beautifully done there by David Reed. These two battling for the championship lead as well. They're in 16th and 17th overall. In the less powerful cars further back. Reed sideways, dancing that car through the hairpin there. Superb to watch. McCall in green in second place. Up to Palmer. Still plenty of racing to come. 14.5 minutes to go. Fortescue still third in that division. Then we've got Dan Clayfan and Mark Noiro. Mark Noiro, the club chairman, in the orange car there. He's got the green number 34 behind him. That's Neil Evans. We're up in Settle in the north of Yorkshire. Swing their way through Hamilton up towards, and there's one car there with its nose cone missing, and somebody off. Alaric Barney has gone off again. He's tangled with somebody else there. Try and identify that car in a moment. Let's rejoin. They appear to be okay. That's the second off Alaric Barney has had in this race at Agostini. He's been on the grass there already. We saw one car with its nose cone missing as well, so that might have been involved there. There's the lead pack in the Sigmaxes. I think it might be Charlie Cahill at the back of the Sigmaxes that has lost his nose cone. 34 there going through in this group. That's Neil Evans. Still David Reed holding on ahead of James McCall, while Harry Senior is checked out at the front of the Sigmax pack. The Sigma 135 division is where the action is. Yeah, there's the car that's nose missing. It is Charlie Cahill. Lost some bodywork there. Now here come the leaders. Is James McCall going to bob out of the slipstream? Here he is. He goes to the outside. He's going to do what David Reed did to him a lap ago. Around the outside, and he's done it. James McCall retakes the lead of the category. Well, the lead for Senior is now up to 5 seconds over Ben Winrow at the front of the Sigmax in the overall lead battle in this race. Down towards the hairpin, 50 and 62, the main battle. McCall sideways, Reed in second place. Still Ian Fortescue in third, ahead of Clayfan, Naro, Evans, and Alistair Melton in number 95 in the Sigmax, in the Sigma 135 division. Sigmax, the overall lead, Senior from Winrow. Ollie Gibson has now got ahead of Stephen Clark up into third, and Simon Griffiths behind them. So he concentrates on the Sigma 135 division. These two had a win and a second place each at Alton Park, so they are pretty much inseparable on track, these two. Here's your overall leader, Harry Senior. The number 28 from Ascot. And he's certainly galloping away at the front, isn't he? Well clear of the battle for second between Winrow, Gibson and Clark. Back with our Sigma 135 leaders. James McCall, the man from Thatcham in Oxfordshire, continues to lead the way, chased by the 62 of David Reed. He comes from Ormskirk in the northwest. Still McCall holding on. It's all slipstreaming on the centre straight past the pits. Oh, and off the curb there, James McCall. It looked like there was a bit of damage to his exhaust silencer as well, possibly there on the right-hand side of the car, I noticed there. We'll check that when we can see it, see a clear view of it. If the exhaust is kinked, that might slow him down a little. Might have clipped it on that curb on a previous lap, perhaps. Is David Reed going to slipstream him again this time? There's a battle ahead of Charlie Cahill. That's a fight between Peter Marsh, number 8, and the 43 of Nigel Smith. Yep, David Reed goes to the outside. He's going to do it again as they head down towards Riches. And he retakes the lead. They do that every lap. They swap places there into Riches' corner. Still a busy battle in the midfield of the Sigmaxes. Here they are. Ben Winrow second. Ollie Gibson in the maroon red car in third. Then up to fourth now. We've got Stephen Clark. Griffiths fifth. Burton Shaw still sixth. So the order hasn't majorly changed, but they are still all over each other. There's Harry Senior. He's missing all the fun out in front. So the battle is for second. There's Winrow. There's Gibson in third in the dark red machine. Then Clark, Griffiths, Burton Shaw. Cordy is back there as well, along with Matt Willoughby. And next through it is Adam Bettinson. There he is, number 71. A rather lonely run for him. Their line astern as they head down towards Brundle for what will be the fifth time. Nobody able to keep pace with Harry Senior, though. Ben Winrow hanging on to second place. It's a great pack of 7 cars fighting for second. There's Matt Willoughby at the tail of it, number 82. I know Matt and his wife do a lot of work behind the scenes for this club as well, so fair play to them. Ben Winrow dances the car over the curbs at Murray's. Harry Senior's already gone through. He's checked out 2 minute 10.931, his quickest lap of the race so far. He's 9 seconds up on Ben Winrow now. Winrow can't shake off the rest of the pack, and Oliver Gibson is trying to go around the outside into Riches, trying to do a Reed and McCall move, as in the Sigma 135s. Can he get all the way around the outside? I don't think he's going to do it. He's going to be very daring on the brakes here. Slings it round the hairpin sideways. He doesn't take second. He could lose out to Stephen Clark. That was a bit of a risky manoeuvre there by Ollie Gibson in the 117. Winrow in second place. And yes, Clark has now got through for third. Down to fourth goes Ollie Gibson. Griffiths Burtonshaw and Cordy chase behind. A little further back is Matt Willoughby. Griffiths up the inside. He's going to try and take Gibson as well. You can see if you lose the slightest bit of momentum, like Gibson did at the hairpin, you just lose places and have to start again from the back of your group. There's Glenn Burtonshaw, I think, is going to try and get through now as well. Glenn Winrow a little bit wide there through Oggies. This could give Stephen Clark a chance to attack for second place. Are we going to see some slipstreaming this time down the Bentley Straight? We've got 7.5 minutes of the race still to go. There's Senior, probably enjoying the action in his mirror down the straights, because here comes the second place fight. They all start to pull out, so I thought we'd see this happen. Simon Griffiths to the inside on Stephen Clark. Winrow's held second place. Yes, Clark had to attack and defend at the same time there because he had Griffiths trying to make the move on him. Ollie Gibson next, Glenn Burtonshaw wide over the curbs. He's in 6th position still. Ollie Gibson down from 2nd to 5th. Ben Winrow clinging on in 2nd place. Not clinging on to our race leader though. Harry Senior is already away up the centre straights. Looking for his 2nd win from 3 races this year. Over the line comes the 2nd place battle. Winrow, Clark and Griffiths nose to tail. And here's the lead battle in the Sigma 135s. It's still David Reed up front. What's going to happen this time? Is he going to swap places with the number 50 of James McCall again? 3rd in that division. We have Ian Fortescue still. These two have pulled away slightly. They're coming up on the red machine there as well of Peter Marsh, number 8, the treasurer of the Caterham Graduates Racing Club. Been racing with them for many seasons, as have many of these drivers. Such a popular and friendly club. There could be a change here. For 2nd place in Sigmax, as up the inside, Stephen Clark, side by side with Ben Winrow. And he's through. Good move, Stephen Clark. Then Griffiths and Gibson. Still behind by over 10 seconds on Harry Senior. So Stephen Clark up into 2nd place now. Been watching his old friends in the supercarts out earlier on. And he is loving this, up into 2nd place now ahead of Ben Winrow's. Well, this group has split into 2 factions now, and Glenn Burtonshaw's lost more places, I noticed there. Cordy and Willoughby have got through, so Burtonshaw was ahead of them at the line, so whether that was at the hairpin, I'm not sure. We were watching this 2nd place battle. Ben Winrow on the outside. Is he going to retake the place? Yes, he is. Good bit of slipstreaming there by Ben Winrow. Can he get the car stopped in time for Nelson? Yes, he can. There's a back marker there as well. That's number 13 car of Merton Wood being lapped. Stephen Clark dodges from side to side. He's frantic to get back ahead of the 24 of Ben Winrow. Just over 4.5 minutes of this race to go. Through to the end of another lap. Here, Harry Senior's already gone through a 2:11, his last lap, 2:11.1. Still well and truly on it, our overall race leader. Over the line they go. Winrow back up into 2nd place now, and Griffiths was ahead at the line as well. So Winrow back in 2nd, and Simon Griffiths has slipstreamed Stephen Clark. Looks like he's going to hold 3rd place in the white car with the yellow wheels and roll cage. Ollie Gibson 5th behind them, and then a small gap back to the next group, which is the Burtonshaw, Willoughby and Cordy fight. And Burtonshaw's back ahead there, up into 6th position, so he's yo-yoing up and down the order now. Through Palmer's goes the 2nd place fight. There's Burtonshaw. Behind him, Willoughby has got ahead of Gareth Cordy in the orange car. And here's this fight. They're still attached by a piece of string, I think, these two, or a piece of elastic, maybe. 50 and the 62, McCall and Reed. It was the same at Alton Park in the Sigma 135 races. James McCall has it at the moment. 3rd in this group is Ian Fortescue. The two Battlers have got ahead of Peter Marsh in his Sigmax. So great to see that the less powerful Sigma 135s are able to keep up with some of the Sigmaxes. There is Marsh. Blue flags waving to the back markers there to tell them to hold their lines while the quicker runners are passing them. Here's the battle for second into Brundle, and Simon Griffiths gets through this time. He's going great guns in the 16 car. Ben Winrow up the inside retakes Stephen Clark. Clark loses 2 places, just positioned himself wrong there into Brundle. And 117 Ollie Gibson is having a good go as well. Simon Griffiths now up into second in the white car. Into Murray's. What's the gap going to be this time to Harry Senior? Well, there he goes. Just caught a glimpse of him. It's at least the length of the centre straight. Now, there he is. He's lost a front wing, but he won't let that slow him down. Over the line, Griffiths and Winrow. Winrow goes to the outside. Nearly 13 seconds behind the leader now, and Winrow pulls off the Reed-McCall manoeuvre, I think we'll call that one, as does Ollie Gibson. Goes around the outside. Winrow second, Gibson fourth. But Simon Griffiths tries to fight back, tries to get down the inside into Wilson's hairpin. Doesn't manage it, but he's pressured Ben Winrow into a mistake there. He ran wide, he did brake too late, and Simon Griffiths back up the inside, trying to retake second place. Terrific dice here for that second position in Sigmax. Sigma 135 still led by James McCall ahead of David Reed. By the time they got to Riches, that's probably changed again, because Reed will have probably gone round the outside. Here comes Ollie Gibson dodging about, having a look at Ben Winrow for third place. Stephen Clark has dropped to fifth behind them as Gibson goes to the outside as Agostini. That's never going to work, surely. Oh, and Griffiths has run wide. He'll lose second place as a result of that. Yes, Winrow goes through. Gibson had to take to the grass with 2 wheels in avoidance there. And Griffiths trying to hold the place, and he's done so ahead of Ollie Gibson. They're on an absolute knife edge out there, right on the edge of adhesion. There's 1 minute of the race to go. So wait to see if it's going to be checkered flag this time, whether they'll get one more lap in. Ben Winrow still second. Harry Senior is away and gone. He's almost the length of the Bentley straight clear now. Surely going to be a dominant victory. Win number 2 of the season for Harry Senior to put him clear at the top of the championship. While in Sigma 135, I don't know. We'll pick them up on the last lap of the race, I think, to see where David Reed and James McCall have got to. Harry Senior comes through. Is it going to be checkered flag this time? I think he's going to be a few seconds too early. I think we'll get one more lap out of this. Here's the battle for second place still raging on. It's Ben Winrow who has it at the moment. Griffiths third. He stayed ahead of Ollie Gibson. Then Stephen Clark. Then the next group, Burtonshaw's lost a place again. That's Matt Willoughby who's got ahead of him. David Reed, I can tell you, is still ahead of the Sigma 135 vision. Look at Ollie Gibson up the inside here into Riches. We're on the last lap now. Griffiths around the outside. Gibson up the inside. Winrow loses 2 places. I think he clipped the back of Ollie Gibson there as he came across in front of him. And Stephen Clark has got through as well. Winrow's lost 3 places in one corner. Simon Griffiths up to second place. Gibson is third. Well, Harry Senior's heading for victory. We're on the last lap now. What can Ben Winrow do? Can he fight back from 5th position? He was second a few seconds ago. 6th is Matt Willoughby. Well, Ben Winrow is in attacking mode. Stephen Clark jinks to the inside there to defend from him. So Winrow says, OK, I'll try and break late and go round the outside of you. I don't think he's going to manage that. No, he doesn't manage it. Still side by side with Stephen Clark. No, he's hanging on in there, Ben Winrow, and he's got through on the outside on the run into Hamilton's. That's a rare passing place. We've got a bit of it. We've got a collision. That's between the Sigma 135 leaders. I saw some bodywork come flying off there. Now we'll try and pick that up in a moment. There's Ian Fortescue going through. And they're still going. There they are going into Palmer's. I think it was a wing from David Reed's car that came off there. We caught a glimpse of. Well, James McCall is in the lead of the category. There they are. So McCall leads. Let's have a look at the back of David Reed's car. Yes, the rear arch has come off. So that was the bit of bodywork we saw go flying. There was a bit of contact in there as they came out of Riches. That's for the lead in Sigma 135. And we know who's going to take the win in the overall classification. That's going to be Harry Senior. Checkered flag has gone out and he has taken the flag. We concentrate on the Sigma 135. So Harry Senior wins it overall. It's difficult to know where to look with all that going on. 2 races in one. What's the order going to be over the line for second? Simon Griffiths has taken second overall ahead of Gibson, Clark and Winrow. So no changes there on the rest of the final lap. It was Willoughby 6th, Burtonshaw 7th. We concentrate on the Sigma 135 race. James McCall ahead of David Reed. Can he hold on to it through the last couple of corners, or is David Reed going to slipstream him on the run to the checkered flag? Here they come then through Corham. What's David Reed and the black car going to do? So, and James McCall a little bit sideways through Murray's there. They're coming up towards the line. Is James McCall going to hang on? Is David Reed going to be in his slipstream? Here they come. They're going to finish side by side. I think David Reed's going to do it. Just over the line. Reed gets it. That was terrific stuff. And the gap at the line was 0.051 of a second, the closest finish we've had this weekend. David Reed does it despite that damage. I thought he'd slipstream him, and you saw James McCall get a bit sideways out of the last corner. He'll be kicking himself, James McCall. So David Reed goes to the top of the championship as a result of that win, and Harry Senior won by nearly 14 seconds in the Sigmax category. Well, the Sigmax drivers are already in Parc Fermé, so I'll hand down to Ian Waterhouse in a moment to talk to them, and hopefully we'll get to talk to David Reed and James McCall as well in the Sigma 135s shortly.
We're almost on the line, didn't we? However, it is this man, Harry Senior. Harry, we really must stop meeting like this. People are going to start talking, aren't they? Another race week, it goes by, another win. It looked like you had that quite under control.
It was the perfect race. Perfect.
The perfect race.
I knew from...
Does such a thing exist?
Well, yeah, in catering racing, you know, it's always... I mean, last time we were here, last year, I won by 1/10 of a second across the line.
Yeah. I think I was here for that as well, actually.
Yeah, no, today, though, I knew if I was going to build a gap, it had to be from the start.
Yeah.
So I was just flat out from there onwards. And yeah, second lap, I think I was about 2 seconds up. And then from then on, just slowly building the gap as the rest of them kind of gave up on catching me.
Well, they were battling amongst themselves behind you.
I'm sure it was much more interesting than my race.
Race 2 as well, what's the plan for that?
Well, I have a slight feeling it might not be as easy, but hopefully, same again.
Fantastic, Harry, well done, congratulations. Let's chat to these guys over here. Simon, that was quite some race, because you were quite well down in qualifying.
That was where the battle was today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Harry got in front of the toe, couldn't do much about it. Then they were scrapped for second.
Can you do something about it in race 2?
Oh, there's more to come.
Yes.
Yes, there's more to come. The lap times don't suggest what we can do. So
you could go quicker and quicker and quicker.
It's only because of the scrapping. So.
Griffiths v Senior this afternoon, live. Cheers, Simon. Thanks for chatting to. I do want to chat to Ben as well if he's gone around. Where is he? Ben? Quick word, if that's all right, pal. I know we had a chat, didn't we, in the paddock a little bit earlier, but you come third in class. Pretty. How are you feeling about that?
To be honest, I thought I was 5th.
Oh, really? Oh, not according to my TSL, no.
Well,
so
that's great if so.
Yeah, we'll double check that, but yeah, as it came over the line.
Pretty disappointed, really. I was looking good in second for the whole race, and then some pretty dodgy, aggressive moves on the last lap were sort of set me back a bit, but yeah, no, good fun overall.
Well, we'll double check that. Don't take that as gospel, because the last thing we do is want to give you incorrect information. Thank you very much, Ben. We also have the 135 class. We've got David Reed over here as well. David, talk us through that race. It looked full of action.
It was exciting from the start, yeah. So James and myself had a really good battle. Got tangled with the back marker with about 2 to go. James went one side and I went the other, and had a bit of contact. But yeah, it was a really, really good race. Really good race.
It certainly was. And James, let's talk about your qualifying, because that was some lap you put in qualifying as well.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great quali. I liked the wet. I was mixed up with a Sigmax who was quicker than me in some places, and I was quicker than him, so we learned from each other.
Yeah.
Had a great quali. Shame it wasn't wet for the race.
It's not going to rain for this afternoon. Please don't rain for my sake. What's the plan for race 2? More of the same?
Yeah, hopefully in front of him this time. According to Dave, my brakes were on fire and I could feel it on the back.
Really?
But yeah, he got me on tactics today. He was the tactician today. I thought I wanted to be in front earlier than I did. He knew he could get it done on the last corner up to the line, and he did it. So
fantastic stuff, guys. Thank you very much. Right, it is now time for the very first Junior Saloon Car Championship race. They're waiting in the assembly area, about to head out, so I'm going to hand back to Dave Goddard to talk you through the action.